you know anything about Raspberry Pis, you know this is my Frankenstein creation. I got a HP salvaged heatsink that I've adhered to the processor and the graphics chip to take away the heat using a insulated type of adhesive that transfers the heat fairly well and protects from shorts. So there you have it. So far it's been a good solution. And let's take a look, because we're going to see what kind of temps we're getting here. 39, which is amazing. If you know anything about Raspberry Pis, 39 degrees is like ice cube temperatures for a Pi. Anywho, this is a Raspberry Pi 3. I guess I should go back to the visuals here on the Pi. As you can see, I got it doesn't come with a fan, which is, I think, a mistake on their part. They should have put a fan. They should have included a fan built into this little thing, no matter what, because it just runs too hot for that. But I mean, then you can come up with interesting solutions, right? That's what a Pi is about. It's about coming up with solutions needlessly for problems like thermals. Anyway, there you go. So I got that hooked up to this. I actually managed to find a Microsoft 13 watt power supply, which is perfect for this thing because it runs about the max power that you're ever going to need for one of these things. And then of course my cooling solution is powered on its own, which is this is a laptop cooler, if you can't tell. And the speakers are powered by another brick, so not having to tax this thing too much. And of course then we have a mouse and a keyboard, which are here, my good old Rose will, and a no-name mouse I found at the thrift store. What is it? Hajan? I don't know. Hajan. Hajan. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna call it that, but anyway, it's a no-name mouse, but you know what? Believe it or not, it actually works great. And I'm a fan of no-name mouses that work great because I think they sell these things for way too much. Anyway, so getting to the point. So here we go. This is me starting up the Raspberry Pi OS version. It's based on Debian version Bookworm, I believe. And yeah, okay, so here's the deal. This thing is like watching paint dry. Its performance is so terrible. So my critique of, the ARM processors and the growing pains we're going to be going through with those is that you're going to buy them, they're going to run okay for what it can do at a time period, and then it's going to just be like watching paint dry to get it to do anything. And that's what I fear with the Snapdragon processors that they're coming out with. I went to the Best Buy the other day. I'm buying a Lenovo computer, but it's going to be an AMD because the Snapdragon computers I looked at, I felt like they just weren't mature. So I'm hoping that Snapdragon will become an awesome technology, sort of like the M chips of Apple. But at this point, I'm not willing to invest my hard-earned cash experimenting with beta testing. So here we go. I'm going to test the current version of YouTube 2025 against this Pi 3. Let's see how it performs. Yeah. Freeze frame, freeze frame, freeze frame, freeze. Yeah. So this is the kind of thing you're dealing with a Raspberry Pi. And it took me forever just to get this browser up and running. let alone it actually trying to accomplish a video. So what this says to me is like, what are we in for new technologies? It's going to be like, build it, it works okay for the time period, and then it becomes like this. And at this point, honestly, this OS is almost unusable at the speed that this is running. It takes forever for it to start. It doesn't play. Excuse me. I had a little sip so I don't croak. I mean, there it goes. It's starting to play, but lots of skip frames and freezing. And we look, and yeah, it's at the CPU's at 40%. Yet this is the performance we're getting. The memory is like, we still have half the memory, and this is the performance we're getting. So what the fuck? This is ridiculous. So I got nothing good to say about, this is the kind of thing you deal with technology like this. And you know what? The only saving grace about this is that I got this Pi over here. I got this at a thrift store for next to nothing. I think it might have been $5 or something. It was sitting in a plastic bag over by where they usually keep, computer components, like, networking cards, modems. You see a lot of those. You see, just cards of all kinds. And I guess they figured this was a computer card. They threw it in with the rest of them, and they priced it like the rest of them. So I think that's what happened in terms of the pricing goes. So I got it for nothing. I got two of them, actually. I got one with an actual kit container, like, Raspberry Pi Cana kit, which is nice to have. But this is actually something practical because it actually runs at a decent temperature, because you put it in the Cana kit and it's going to be like 90 degrees doing nothing. So yeah. So anyway, this is what you get when technology advances even a little bit. Let's take a look at trying to open Writer. Now this should, you're opening a simple word processor. This is what you're looking at for speed. Yeah. Yeah. Why is it taking that long just to open a word processor? I mean, I would have gotten a few paragraphs done by now. This is the kind of performance I'm getting from this Pi. So guys, there you go. I'm ranting now, but I love the idea of this, and I think it's awesome that they even made this thing, right? But it's like watching paint dry to get it to do anything now. So yeah, I'm still waiting for the Writer to open. Can you believe it? Yeah. So I don't know. Not impressed. Maybe I'll go back to Bullseye, see if I can get that to run any better on this thing. Unsupported software eventually. So, my argument here is that I can buy an old laptop from, I don't know, 2008, get decent performance out of it. Certainly not this, right? Waiting for it to open a word processor, and actually get something accomplished in no time flat. Or I can put Linux on it, and then get this kind of performance. It just doesn't equate. Anyway, guys, that's my rant. So there you go. That's my Raspberry Pi. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing because it isn't usable like this. I might have to try putting the old OS on there. Bullseye. I think that actually will work. Because this is not cutting it. Anyway, hope you're having a good day. got a few more videos coming out recently because I actually have a little break from things, so digging out stuff that actually requires me to set things up and try them out again. And yeah, I spent a whole bunch of time updating this OS, and now I feel like I want to get rid of it altogether. So welcome to an old pie. This is why I don't love Linux. Hey guys, talk to you later.